test it on the other shit, but. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This wasn't planned, but I have to get to my client here shortly, and I didn't want this to be out of sight, out of mind, so I figured I'd go ahead and upload it now. Plus, I also need to kick the tires on the whole stream, make sure everything is still streaming the way I wanted. I learned some things as far as how much YouTube sucks, but I was able to get around it with my magic, and my magic is what makes everything possible. Of course, let me just real fast, I mentioned that I did on the welcome, I did the business about Sphere Finance. And what I was having an issue with Sphere Finance in the past was around the fact that it appeared like it was a copy, unfortunately, of Liberal Financial. Now, there's nothing wrong with copying something that is successful, but the issue I was really having was if you're going to copy something, you should probably do it right. But I dug a little bit deeper because I wanted to better understand what was going wrong. Because when I covered it, the volume was crap. I didn't know why. I didn't deep dig at the time. I figured it was maybe an aberration, one-off something. Turns out there's more to this business. It's pretty bad, and I don't know why. I haven't got that far yet. But I wanted to do a little bit more coverage and figure out together maybe there's something to this, and it might affect other projects. Because it was a learning opportunity here. I can use this to help with you guys, help show you and teach you how to fish. So user Henrio79 has been active on YouTube with comments and feedback, and I appreciate him greatly. He was the one that had brought the request out to cover Sphere again. And for Henrio, if he's listening, and hopefully he is, this follow-on I think is going to be of interest, and I'm assuming he's probably already seen this. If he hasn't, then this will be the first time, and hopefully I think it'll be helpful. I found one video, there's a couple of them out there, but some of them are kind of corny, but I found one that was really good in trying to explain what was going wrong with Sphere, because it's not just me. There's a lot of people seeing that something's going wrong with this thing. But his video was excellent. Let me pull this up for you right quick. His name's Gerhard on YouTube. I'll have the link in the comments out there for you. So Gerhard's deal, he goes through really good technical analysis on the whiteboard, trying to explain liquidity pools and how the token distribution to your wallet works and what the rebase mechanic's supposed to do.
When you give this pool your Matic, you will have more Matic on one side. You take out Sphere on the other. So Sphere versus Matic increases in price.
I'm not going to play his whole video. It's his video. I don't want to take away views. I want you to check out his video because I love the way he covers it. However, he's missing a couple elements, and that's what I want to fill the gaps on. So he describes how the liquidity pool works, right? You put in Matic, and then you get out Sphere. You're doing a purchase. This is Token 101, tokenomics. And then your wallet accumulates with the rebase as you hold, right? So as you have some, it rebase adds Sphere to your wallet. It just basically adds to your wallet, similar to a reflection, but not quite. He's 100% correct in the way he describes it. There was some weirdness with the numbers he was using where he got things wrong, like total supply versus circulating. So don't follow too much in the number technicals. What I want you to focus on in the rebase mechanic. All of these ones with an unrealistic APY, even he calls that out, they're using what's referred to as a positive rebase. If you go back to my very earliest videos about Liberal Financial, I talked about the fact that rebase normally is two-directional. It's got a positive rebase element and a negative rebase element. Many of these with unrealistic APY, the way that they're doing it, first, constrained supply, but also they're doing the positive rebase. So they're just dumping more tokens into your wallet. Gerhard makes a very valid point that in order for this to sustain, you have to constantly have new money going into the project. You have to constantly sustain traffic and volume. This might help describe and explain what happened with Seifu, because Seifu launched at roughly $10, $15 per coin, unreasonably jumped to 330. And I mentioned that it's because they never set a target on it. They just let it go as high as they wanted to go. And then it crapped and went down to like 150, and then it wavered around there. Then what you had was their fund that's designed to help stabilize the value was basically just buying back into the token to help stabilize it. But then it's not sustainable because there's only so much money in the pool, right? You have to have new money coming in. And its volume has been decent, but if you looked at it, it was recently crapped down to like $50 a token. Well, again, it launched at 10.15, so it's getting close to all-time low. With Libero, what they do is they take that money, their pool of cash that's designed to stabilize, and they pay the holders. So as the price of BNB goes down, as the price of the token goes down, they're just paying you in Binance USD, and that APY goes up. And I haven't talked about the basis, and I'll probably do that later because I see I have a lot more fancy tools with my magic that I'm going to employ to try to talk about basis better I can. But for this, I just wanted to point him in what he's doing. Take a look at his video and just wrap your head around how they're getting away. I can't describe it any other way with the high APYs and how the whole rebase mechanic is currently working and why sustainability becomes an issue. Then I'm going to supplement at some point later with a video that talks about basis a little bit more because it'll help you when you're trying to. I had somebody on YouTube that asked about finding these types of projects, these projects that are built to do some of this stuff, and how do you find the ones that you're confident in? And I mentioned that it's hard because you never really know. This might be a good opportunity to dig into the differences in how they treat it on the back end, knowing that all do positive rebase. How do they all treat it on the back end to where you might find something that's a little bit safer, quote unquote, for your portfolio? So let's do that. Let's have some fun with it. I'll probably circle back with the basis video later on tonight as I think about it. Let me kick the tires and do some research. Let me get my client situated and taken care of. And then I'll go into that and we'll take it from there and we'll make this fun. So hopefully you don't miss it because it will be live